So, Nutella. Nutella is also known as hazelnut spread, and it was created by a guy in Italy who was trying to solve the shortage of cacao after World War II. Pretty crazy, right? Nutella is one of those sweet ingredients that go well with mostly any dessert. I personally love to eat it with just a simple piece of toast or a topping for ice cream. I personally don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy Nutella, but that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. You're gonna start out by getting a baking tray aligned with some parchment paper, and you're gonna go in there with roughly 1 pound of hazelnuts. So go ahead and make sure you spread that nicely across your baking tray. And now you're gonna bake this at 350 degrees for 15 minutes until the skins of the hazelnuts start spreading. After 15 minutes, a lot of the skin from the hazelnut should pop up, and now let this cool completely. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a towel, and then you're gonna throw all of your hazelnuts in there. The reason why we're gonna use a towel is gonna help us actually peel the skin from the hazelnuts a lot quicker. Now go ahead and just close that towel up as best to your ability, like that, and you literally just rough them up. If you have a faster method, go ahead and do it, but this is the fastest method that there's possible as of right now. So go ahead and do that. I had to throw some back in the oven because some of the skin from them wasn't coming off. So if you have to do that, just go ahead and do it. So as you can see here, most of the skin has came off from our hazelnuts. As you can see here, look at all that skin, right? So not all of them are gonna come off, and that's totally fine. So now go ahead and separate your hazelnuts from all this skin that came off. So here's a little trick I like to do to separate the skin from the hazelnuts. I actually grab a spider and I just throw them in there because the spider has big holes, right? If you don't have a spider, just do it by hand, you see? It just sifts out all the skin. So there you go. Most of your hazelnuts should be peeled. So now let's get started. So now go ahead and take out your food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you could do this in the blender. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. Now go ahead and throw your hazelnuts in there. So now go ahead and pop that lid on and make sure it is locked. We don't want none of this flying out. And you're gonna blend this until the hazelnuts start forming like a butter. So go ahead and do that. So now after a couple of minutes, your hazelnut should be of a consistency just like this, which should resemble like a peanut butter and liquefy just like that. So now what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna put the lid back on and add our other ingredients. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in there with a whole cup of powdered sugar. You're gonna go in there as well with 6 tablespoons of cacao powder, 3 tablespoons of some light olive oil, and a pinch of salt. I'm going to mute the mic because it's gonna be way too loud, but I will put the amount on the screen as well. So go ahead and do that. So now once it's done blending, it should look just like that. Ah, look at that. Hazelnut goodness. So now we're gonna go ahead and transfer this into a container. So now this is how your hazelnut Nutella spread should look. And we're actually gonna give this a taste test. So here we have our piece of toasted up white bread. I actually made this, so let me know if you guys want that recipe. So now let's go in there for that Nutella taste test, right? Go ahead and spread some on that toast. Here you go, now let's taste it. Oh yeah, my breath fell apart, but oh hell yeah, this thing tastes amazing. So now let's go ahead and make the comparison from the store-bought Nutella, or Nutella, whatever you want to call it, right? Let's just go in there and just look at how thick that is. It barely even moves. You know why that is? Because it has preservatives in it. That is not good. Now look at mine. Look how smooth mine is. See how smooth that is? See how it just falls like nothing? Because this doesn't have preservatives. We beat the Nutella brand by 100%. You guys need to try this. It is amazing. All you gotta do now is just go ahead and pop that lid on, leave it at room temperature, and it will store for about 1 year. And there you have it, you guys. You have now made homemade Nutella, also known as hazelnut spread, at home. 100 times better and 100 times healthier. As you can see, ours is smooth and silky. Nutella's is hard and chalky. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.